أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. إخواني وأخواتي في الله, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and we pray for the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. My respectable brothers and sisters, one for make we start a series for talk about the Dawah Salafiyyah, waiting actually with the call to, waiting na we call. My respectable brothers and sisters, only we all aware say, the Dawah Salafiyyah, the Dawah of Ahlus Sunnati wal Jama'ah, the Dawah of the Ta'ifatul Mansura al-Firqatul Najiyah, na a Dawah we get manhaj, we na very constructive Dawah. But when this Dawah As-Salafiyyah, some people in Yeri the name, now we country, subhanallah, then it become a problem. So because of that, claims then begin to come. Some then say, the Da'wah Salafiyyah, they aim now for fight for leadership. Well, we answer to that, now that we know, and we sabi the well-known organization them, where they champion the Islamic affairs na Sierra Leone. Then why? Now the leaders them where they run the Muslims their affairs in this country. So not to Dawah Salafiyyah they make palaver with anybody in this area. Another claim now that the Dawah Salafiyyah they aim na for attack the scholars them, na for attack the sheikh them, for attack either the scholars them, the one then at the country, or the scholars them outside the country. Well, for answer to that, now that some of the people in where they say the Da'wah Salafiyyah, they aim now for attack the scholars, now them now the very people where they talk against the Sheikh them, say the Sheikh they not get Islam, the Sheikh they not get Iman, go now the Sheikh they host them. Over there, where then they preach now they mocks them. The different place to place where then they walk and go, how then they talk against the Sheikh them. But when they see say they want for make them call them for follow the Quran and the Sunnah, they not give them chance for promote them bid'ah, then turn the case against the Da'wah Salafiyyah. Then another thing about this now that some people they are aware say every mortal man he gets mistakes. But some of the Sheikh then the manhaj, that's the methodology of preaching the deen, now a methodology way not correct. So when somebody they say this method of preaching Islam is not correct, or this particular person not somebody way na min ahli sunnati wal jama'ah, then this one it raise problem from some of the people away. Then they look at themselves as fans them to them kind people they. Then also not who say some brothers them or some people away, then they call the name, the Da'wah of Salafiyyah, then they call to the Salafiyyah Da'wah, but they not get understanding about how for deal with mistakes. So then why then can come for attack anything or anybody. This not good say yes, it happen all over the world, not only in Sierra Leone, but this not as a result of the manhaj of the Da'wah As-Salafiyyah, but not as a result of that particular individual. Just like how it happens, so now so the other people already against the Dawah Salafiyyah, now so then self they talk against scholars, now so then self they attack scholars, now so then self they talk bad about scholars. So now so then the other thing now that they say the Dawah Salafiyyah, this na new organization don't come na Sierra Leone. So some people then they go up and down, say one new group don't come. Then why are na killers them? Then why are na ISIS? Then why are na this? Then why are na that? People they don't talk in this country against the Dawah Salafiyyah. But alhamdulillah, we tell Allah thank you that they not get any record for any of the brothers that way they call to the Dawah Salafiyyah. Now this particular country, for them side the way people and they call them. Then also, we know say the Dawah Salafiyyah not to an organization where somebody go come, you want for can join. Not to a group where somebody they come, you want for can join, you want for can pay monthly fees. Abadan. The Dawah Salafiyyah na manhaj. As-Salafiyyah na manhaj. Na a methodology where this methodology people them be done there before then they born some of we where na this method then they follow. Then they for this method, they not agree for associate with all kind person. Then they for this method, they not put an shirk. They avoid boku things them. So if you somebody say Dawah Salafiyyah na new group, abadan. First of all, not a group. Number two, not to something new. The manhaj of the Dawah Salafiyyah na something we old all over the world and it old na Sierra Leone. Now the name na new to some people. Then another claim na that the Dawah Salafiyyah they want for reduce the people to 2-3 sheikhs them. Then sheikh then they waiting then talk na in Islam. Waiting they say it wrong na in wrong. So because of that, then they against the Dawah Salafiyyah. The answer to this now that the Dawah Salafiyyah it call upon every Muslim, every Sunnah Muslim, let it know say in Islam, it not supposed for take from Bid'ah people there. You know they take Islam from Shia. You know they take Islam from Sufi. You know they take Islam from Ibadi. You know they take Islam from the Khawarij. They take the Islam from the scholars of Ahlus Sunnati wal Jama'ah. So for say the Dawah Salafiyyah, they reduce people and not only a few sheikhs, if not the sheikhs of Ahlus Sunnati wal Jama'ah, the one they will make this claim, they mean, yes, we they call you as a Sunnah Muslim, let you limit yourself to the scholars of Ahlus Sunnati wal Jama'ah. The scholars of Bid'ah, the scholars of misguidance, the scholars the way they call for go against Quran and Sunnah, not take from them. Like how Imam Ibn Sirin say, Inna hadha al-ilma din. He said this knowledge na din. Fanzuru amman ta'khuduna dinakum. Una look who that una they take una din from. And then another claim na that the Da'wah Salafiyyah they promote tribalism. Well, this particular claim, the answer to them, now that look at the brothers them where you sabi, where they call people them to this manhaj, if not people of the same tribe. Then secondly, the issue of that person tribe, now bad people and also this other tribe, then this they attack this tribe, they talk about this not Jahiliyyah business. So we know they go into that, my respectable brothers and sisters. Now, my respectable brothers and sisters, we they continue. Another claim where some people and they make against the Da'wah Salafiyyah and say the Da'wah Salafiyyah just want everybody for talk one green topic. Every day Tawheed, Tawheed. Every day you go inside Tawheed, you go up on this Tawheed. Now, the Tawheed, we all know say na in the heart of this deen. So now let's make if in the heart, now in the supply all the other angles them. So therefore, you want to talk about married issues, if it Tawheed no day, better no day. You want to talk about business, if it Tawheed no day, for connect the businessman with the fear of Allah, for connect the married person with the fear of Allah, for make them tie this particular relationship upon Iman. If you want to talk about how for live na the community to neighbors them, we need for connect out the fear of Allah with Tawheed. So every aspect of we life, it need for be connected with Tawheed. So now that's make the Da'wah Salafiyyah, it call people for make them focus and let this be the main Da'wah, let it be the main call. Then the main answer to this now that all the prophets then Da'wah, now for call people into Tawheed. Ya qawmi ibudullaha ma lakum min ilahin ghayruh. Another claim where then they make against the Da'wah Salafiyyah, now that a da'wa Salafiyyah na da'wa we come for make argument. For answer to this claim, na that, naam, if the da'wa Salafiyyah, like how the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, man ra'a minkum munkaran falyughayyirhu biyadihi, فإن لم يستطع فبلسانه وإن لم يستطع فبقلبه وذلك أضعف الإيمان. Who does the wrong thing, lay change with a hand. If you're not able with a mouth, if you're not able with a heart, that's not weak faith. This is not the position. For clarify issues, now the Dawah Salafiyyah is always, if we sabi, say this particular issue is not correct. Take note, if we sabi, say this particular issue is not correct, then the Dawah Salafiyyah, you see somebody they do am, now you position for call that person to attention for say this is not get any base inside Islam, this one is not correct inside Islam, this one we not for do am. Most of the time, when the person they can talk this talk for say this not get base, then the other person they come up for make arguments as if they don't reduce them or waiting is say they don't look at and say it's not correct. Or at times, if the brothers or one of the people where they call to the Dawah Salafiyyah, he presents or he post or he send a message or he send something, then another person, you go see 2-3 people and they jump for say, no, this, not this, no, this, not that. Waiting do because they want for create argument or say the Dawah Salafiyyah will not forgive them space. Lord will not allow them. Anyone but they will send post, Lord we stand against them, Lord will do this, we do that. This are not a make in general to all man, but some people na so then they do. Then are also aware, say some of the brothers they misunderstand the issue of wajadilhum billati hiya ahsan, for argue with the people in waiting fine and waiting good, the good way. So this they make some of the brothers from both sides or from all the angles, then they involve into problems. So as Muslims, would advise that this particular argument, not to manhaj of the Da'wah Salafiyyah, when you read the books for example, Usul Sunnah lil Imam Ahmad, you read Al-Imam al-Barbahari, you read other books, you go find out, say, this theory they call argument, the Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah in book, you read them, in books, you go see, say, this is not a part of the manhaj of the Da'wah As-Salafiyyah. So now let's make you as a brother, where they call people to this blessed da'wah, not allow let somebody drag you to that particular thing. If you don't clarify an issue, then somebody continue with the argument, just forget about that. Then you go about your business, people go benefit, people know waiting correct, they know waiting wrong. Then another claim against the Da'wah Salafiyyah, particularly na Sierra Leone, they say Da'wah Salafiyyah one for can whip tabligh. After where they don't spend many years for call people today they want for can whip them. Yes, we know say they get mistakes, but the method not to so for do. The answer to this now that any organization, any sect, any group or any firqa where they call people to misguidance, where they call people to things that will not get based inside Islam, where they call people to the wrong things the aim of the Da'wah Salafiyyah now for call them people then group the organization now for call them to waiting right, to waiting correct, to waiting get base, to waiting get evidence, to waiting fine, so that we all go accept the correct things then we continue for call with people to Islam. So this is not the position of Dawah Salafiyyah. Dawah Salafiyyah not target one particular jama, one particular group, one particular house, one particular family. No, not so that's not the aim. But anybody will get something we wrong, just like we self, we say we make mistakes, we get problems the things that we wrong about ourselves, when somebody points them out, then we for make us we for run for make we change them, like we take waiting correct. Now the same thing again, the other person, the other Muslim, the Da'wah Salafiyyah, now for make a call, then people say this particular thing is not correct, this is not get based. Then we say the people where we they call then get different levels. Then the people who they call, some of them they're not only not sabi, but they're also reluctant. Some they're not sabi, they're reluctant. Then at the same time, they're ready for put up arguments and fight. They're ready for defend the wrong. Then why if I expose them to the people, some they're not sabi, then are learning they need. Then why I not for teach them. Some then sabi, but they're not ready for accept any correction. Then why? Now for sure the people them the issues there, let them know, let them aware, so that they not go involved into that. Other people then say the Dawah Salafiyyah is against unity. Well, the answer to this claim now that the Dawah Salafiyyah they call every Muslim for make you unite. But the unity now upon the Quran and the Sunnah and how the Sahaba then learn from the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. Anybody where they call people them to Tawheed, we're ready for unite with them. Anybody where they call people them to the Sunnah, we're ready for unite with them. Anybody where they call people them to good behavior, we're ready for unite with them. Anybody where they call people them to proper Islam, we're ready for unite with them. Anybody where they call people them for curse the family of the Prophet, this will not get unity with them. Anybody where they call people them for make them worship graves, this will not for unite with them. Anybody where they call people them for make them involved into some shirkiyat, this one will not get for unite with them. If you know this, then means say the Dawah Salafiyyah is against unity. That is the unity, even if the person they worship grave, will not for unite. Even if the person it cost the Sahaba them or the family of the Prophet will not for unite. No, this kind of unity, the Dawah Salafiyyah, it is against them. But the unity for make we call people into Tawheed, for make we call people into Sunnah, for make we call people into good behavior, for make we call people for respect authorities. Naam, this kind of unity, we deal with them and we ready for follow that kind of unity there. Another claim against the Dawah Salafiyyah, say Dawah Salafiyyah not be nothing past condemnation. The answer to this, within Dawah Salafiyyah they condemn shirk. Naam, if in this you mean, yes, Dawah Salafiyyah and anybody where they preach according to the preaching of Ahlul Sunnah, the manhaj of Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah, either condemn shirk or is supposed for condemn shirk. Bid'ah, naam. Anybody where they preach the manhaj of the Dawah Salafiyyah, the manhaj of Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah, it is against bid'ah, it is against shirk, it is against untraining, it is against bad life, it is against zina, it is against for drink rum. And the interesting thing, then people where they drink rum, where they do zina, where they shirku, one day will not say they make group, then go police, they say then talk against we. Then another thing, if the person means say, the Dawah Salafiyyah, even good things, then they condemn, then we want to tell you, say, no, this na a claim, we're not correct. This na a claim, we're not correct. Dawah Salafiyyah, they condemn good things, then, but they call people them to good things, them. Then the final point, my respectable brothers and sisters, another claim, maybe this now from few people, them, they say, the Dawah Salafiyyah, then get stranger, we come to the Sierra Leone, then keep on to themselves, they not can go to the big sheikh them. First of all, this particular claim, we are say not something we come from the big sheikh them at all. Then number two, this particular claim for say the Dawah Salafiyyah, they get stranger or they get strangers, they not care then go to the big sheikh them. This not an issue. Because if you may get a stranger, then I not care and go to the big sheikh or I not care and go to anybody. As far as Islam concerned, not to crime. Abadan, not to crime at all. Maybe the stranger will come, not to a stranger way if I go to the big sheikh them. Or the big sheikh them, they not get concern, any concern with the stranger will come. So need no day for make we take the stranger to the big sheikh them. Then number three, this is not a business. Lord, not forget me, respected brothers and sisters, the sheikh them, the big sheikh them, this claim they not get any hand at all. So for the one day where they claim this, let them know say, not a business. Say sometimes them go don't can give money, sometimes them go car with this, sometimes connections them go there, sometimes this go there, they don't keep everything to themselves. So each business don't come now. No, let it not be so at all. Let Allah save we, let Allah sorry for you. So now because of some of them claims there and many other one they will not mention now you make want for make we explain we do this series to people them waiting actually then people own na kieri but then they say then Salafi them na bad people them then Salafi them na so then tan then Salafi them they not get training then Salafi them na so now na know exactly the Dawah Salafiyyah na Sierra Leone waiting actually we they call to and waiting we stand for waiting we they call we people lento. So me respectable people, inshallah, in the coming series or audios, bi'idhnillah, it not get for be longer like this. Try for make them very short to the point, and let we take the point then one at a time, so that we go see waiting actually with the call to. We dey do this for some of we self when that brought the people we belong to this particular manhaj and this da'wah, Ahlus Sunnah wal Jama'ah, As-Salaf As-Salih, the da'wah of the Salaf As-Salih. Let we know actually waiting at this da'wah, waiting at this manhaj. Let we know say this na something way na unique manhaj. We need for understand them. Then also the one them where they talk against this da'wah, or where they talk for this da'wah, or where they talk about this da'wah, let them go know exactly waiting at da'wah Salafiyyah. The one the way they talk condemn the da'wah Salafiyyah, let them go know exactly waiting at this manhaj, because we are aware say, but who people them they not sabi waiting at this manhaj. Because they not sabi them, so now make them the attack. They need for make them know. We need for teach them. Let them go know actually waiting at this da'wah As-Salafiyyah. We quite remember when we begin to call people to this particular thing, some people they say this is not inside Islam at all. Salafi, this is not inside Islam at all. Until they begin return to the Sheikh them, then tell us say this is not the best Islam. And that time this one they begin come to their senses. Then they say, well, actually not the Salon Salafis. Some they say Salafists. La la save we la sorry for it. You know, at times past mark vexation, it can make somebody can jump, it can talk certain things away. Inside self not plan for talk. We pray la Allah accept them for we, la Allah forgive we all, la Allah accept we fast, let the Almighty reward we barakallahu fi.